Florida Farm Bureau's highest honor, the Distinguished Service Award, is bestowed upon individuals who have made significant lifetime contributions to agriculture and the farm community at the state or local level. With a grassroots membership that lives the legacy of agriculture, community service, and advocacy throughout our state, there are many Farm Bureau volunteers who deserve recognition for their accomplishments. Rod and Brenda Gayle Land of Lafayette County are among those members.
My name is Brenda Gayle Land.
I'm Rod Land. Our farm is Land Dairy Inc. We are in Lafayette County, Florida, county seat of Mayo, one of the smallest counties in Florida, and we're proud of that. Well, I wouldn't say I got involved in agriculture. I was born in agriculture. My daddy was a farmer. The original 160 acres of this farm, my grandfather owned, my daddy, and now I'm the third generation.
My story is very similar to Rod's. I was raised on a farm. My parents always farmed. They grew tobacco, corn, watermelons. We had hogs and cows. With us living in a rural county, it's very important that we share our knowledge of agriculture. It's so important that even at the local level in a farming community that we educate and advocate for agriculture.
What got me involved in Farm Bureau was actually my father-in-law, T.C. Bucko, and Mr. Ellis Puck. And they saw the need to, as we do today, try to bring in the next generation to continue an active Farm Bureau in Lafayette County.
My father was a board member of Lafayette County Farm Bureau. In fact, he served probably for more than 50 years. My mother was served a number of years as the Women's Committee chairperson. It was just natural for us to get involved when we became full-time farmers. And another person that I want to give credit for helping me become involved, of course, is Dan Buchanan. He came and approached me about getting involved at the district level. I did so, and that led to me being on the State Women's Leadership Committee. So, those people were very instrumental in me becoming involved.
I have never met a farming couple, that was as dedicated to their industry. They were truly spokesmen that spoke in their belief that agriculture was the most important industry in the United States.
For Mr. Land, first and foremost, his characteristic and style of leadership is firm, and he's been committed to helping agriculture not only in his community but across the state and nation. And as far as Miss Brenda Gayle, what a sweetheart. She served on the Women's Committee with passion, and they both brought so much to the table.
Rod's leadership here at the Farm Bureau is just like it was out there on the farm. It was priority one. Didn't matter whether it was on the farm meeting this time or whether it was here at the board meeting or going to Tallahassee or going to Washington or wherever. So Rod understood that if you didn't speak up for yourself, somebody else was going to speak up for you.
Brenda Gayle had a great influence in our local district and statewide, and it was truly from her sincerity, her heart, and her compassion that she was able to build our district, build programs that had not always been participated in, and she did that throughout the state. Their impact that they have made over the years is going to carry on not only in Farm Bureau but in the agriculture industry for generations to come.
I'm just grateful to the women in my district for having the confidence in me to represent them at the state and national level. And I always tried to do my best. I took my responsibilities very seriously and tried to represent them to the best of my ability.
If I had to describe Miss Brenda Gayle in one word, I would say passionate. Just being in the same room as her, you can tell that she truly cares about everything that we're discussing in the meetings.
All of the best adjectives that you can give to somebody, to be honest, she's all of those. She's dependable and trustworthy. She's all of the things that you want to have in a great person. And she's been a great asset to Farm Bureau and to the Women's Committee because of all of those things.
I have been, down through the years, very fortunate to have been allowed to represent other farmers and ranchers at multiple functions. I've attended many Tallahassee trips. I've been asked several times down through the years to go testify before different committees in Tallahassee. A few occasions had the same privilege to go to D.C.
You've got to have someone that believes in you, especially when you're younger in life. And Mr. Rod, that's one of his passions. So I think when it comes to the dairy industry, I think he will be remembered as that constant voice of collective bargaining rights, support of sticking together, or we hang separately if we don't stick together.
Mr. and Mrs. Land have been, I would say, are committed. They are respected in the community. And through Farm Bureau, Mr. Land has served in his county board for decades. He's been involved at the state board for a very long time, and even involved at the American Farm Bureau level on some committees as well. Mrs. Land is extremely involved with ag ventures at the county level and makes that a part of that community. Most of that community has been through ag ventures through Mrs. Land as well.
So we focus on the fourth graders in our county. We bring them to the Farm Bureau facility and we educate them about the commodities that are produced here in Lafayette County. I'm just so glad that I've been able to have the volunteers and the support from our local Farm Bureau to have an Ag Venture Day every year.
One thing sticks out in my mind that Farm Bureau has had a pretty good economic impact. Florida Farm Bureau was instrumental in getting sales taxes on farm equipment lower. And then a few years later, we got it done away with. It's millions of dollars that Florida Farm Bureau has been instrumental in putting back in farmers and ranchers' pockets.
It's a major thing to have people like Mr. Rod and Miss Brenda Gayle as advocates for Farm Bureau and agriculture, just because of their knowledge and their willingness. You know, they've always worked hard, try to make sure agriculture, is at the forefront of everything we do, especially through Farm Bureau. I know from my aspect, Florida Department of Agriculture has leaned on him many times for his opinion about some of our policy and programs. And just with his wealth of knowledge, he has been a major influence on agriculture in North Florida.
We are mission-minded, we are charity-minded in our personal life as well as in our community and other commitments that we have.
Last year after the hurricane, we were fortunate enough here to be able to pass out 2 truckloads of fencing materials. I wish every member of this organization could have the opportunity to help people and see their appreciation. When Jeb called me to let me know that I was being honored with a Distinguished Service Award, I was the most surprised man on the face of the earth. I'm humbled by it. Words cannot express my appreciation.
I'm very much like Rod. I was totally surprised when President Smith called to share the news with me, and it's something that I will always treasure and remember as long as I live.
It is very likely the highest honor point of my life.